What's up YouTube, Jeff back again, and I'm continuing my coverage of the Galaxy S10. Now this is a video a lot of people have requested to make. This is a video about battery life with the Galaxy S10. Now I'm talking about the smaller Galaxy S10, not the Galaxy S10 Plus. I know a lot of people have done battery life reviews for the Galaxy S10 Plus. Today I will not be talking about that. I will be talking about the smaller S10. Now, I know a lot of people do battery life videos differently, which is one of the reasons I usually don't make a lot of battery life videos. What I've done is I've collected data over the last few days I've been using the phone, 3 days in particular, with different usage habits, and I've compiled the data from screens like this, here the battery usage screen, into an Excel spreadsheet and done some mathematical analysis. Now those of you who follow my channel know that I'm actually a mathematician, that's my job, professor of mathematics, so that's my day job. So of course that's the kind of video that I feel like I can do. So you guys can kind of see what I have today, 37% left right now, 3 hours and 30 minutes screen on time. This has been mostly Wi-Fi, but I'm going to show you different usage patterns so you can get an idea of what you can expect. So I'm going to drop this Excel spreadsheet below if you guys want to check it out so you can actually view it yourself. But I did 3 different days of analysis in 3 different spreadsheets here. This is the first day, which is a typical day for me. I went through and logged all of my usage, plus the signal that I was using at a given time. Typically wake up around 7 a.m. in the morning and go to sleep around midnight. You can see there, I've got the LTE there right when I wake up. That's on my commute to work. I've got LTE around 1 o'clock when I have lunch. And then sometimes LTE when I step out late in the evening for dinner or to grab something from the convenience store, something like that. I'm on LTE for a little bit. Now you can kind of see here by looking over at the graph, which is why I wanted to make this in Excel, is so you can see sort of the analysis of the average amount you're going to lose and also kind of see whether or not you have a linear usage or not. Now this is mostly Wi-Fi. It's a mix of Wi-Fi and LTE, but mostly Wi-Fi because I'm at work all day, work at the university and have Wi-Fi there. You can see I'm losing about 5 percentage points of battery per hour. And then by the end of the day here, when I go to sleep around midnight, I've got 6% left. Screen on time I logged that day was 5 hours and 46 minutes. I made a little note here. I'm using the always on display continuously with dark mode on or a dark theme being used. And these are my top 5 apps on my typical usage day: YouTube Studio, YouTube, Twitter, Chrome, and Instagram. So this is a day where I didn't watch a lot of videos or play a lot of games. This is more of a typical work day for me. So this is actually pretty decent, I guess, if that's sort of your typical schedule. But not everyone has the same schedule as me, so on day 2, I switched it up a little bit, and I did something a little extreme. I actually used LTE all day, so I didn't turn Wi-Fi on at all, sacrificed my data plan and did everything over LTE from 7 a.m. until the phone ran out of battery. And as you can see, unfortunately, the phone actually ran out of battery just after 8 o'clock. I had 0%, had to plug that in. You can see over here the graph with the LTE only. You can see it's still relatively linear. There are some bigger drops there occasionally, not a perfect linear fit in this case. Losing about 7.5 percentage points per hour on average. The top 5 apps, I kept them relatively the same: YouTube Studio, YouTube, Twitter, Facebook Messenger Lite, and Chrome. Still using the always on display continuously with dark mode just to keep things consistent. And my screen on time with the LTE only was 4 hours and 31 minutes. So quite a bit different if your day consists of mostly using LTE. If you work as a construction worker or something like that, where you're not going to be inside or around Wi-Fi, that's certainly something to consider. You may want to get the larger Plus device because the S10 does not apparently have amazing battery life if you're on LTE all day, which I'm sure people would suspect, but it is worth reporting on. Now the final day, I went back to my regular pattern of usage, but I tried to do some sort of beast mode usage where I was watching a ton of video or playing some games when I was in my office, during my office hours when I wasn't lecturing. You can see here again 7 a.m. till 9 p.m. when it finally ran out. The same mix of LTE and Wi-Fi from the first day. Essentially, screen on time for that day was 5 hours and 6 minutes. And you can see the graph here. There's some bigger drops here, not nearly as linear as the other two. You can see that you definitely have some bigger drops. And you can see losing around 6 and almost 7 percentage points per hour, which isn't too surprising considering I was watching a lot of YouTube, Netflix, and doing some light gaming as well. I kept the always on display and dark modes enabled, and my top 5 apps on that day were Netflix, YouTube, YouTube Studio, Twitter, and Twitch, because I was watching some people stream some things on there also just to get the video in. So overall, we can kind of get a bit of a picture of how things are looking with battery life from the Galaxy S10. around 5.5 hours screen on time on average day-to-day use if you're using Wi-Fi and LTE in the mixture, which I do, which I think is common for a lot of people. But if you're using LTE a lot, or you're going to be watching a lot of video or doing quite a bit of gaming, chances are you're not going to get through a full day, at least not unless you want to plug in when you get home in the evening, which is what I had to do. So it's worth reporting that as well, because I know not everyone works at a job where they can get on Wi-Fi all day, and not everyone uses their phone the same way throughout the day. Anyway, those are my findings. I hope you guys enjoyed. This is definitely the best way I know how to do a battery life video and report in the most mathematically accurate way, give you an idea of what's going on and give you some technical analysis. If you have any further questions, want me to do any other videos, drop a comment below, like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed the video, hit the notification icon if you want to see future videos like this, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks a lot for watching.